All right. What's up, gang? We've got, that's right, Team Liquid's CLEM against Rogue. What in the heck? A match we don't get to see nearly enough. In the past, we have seen Rogue. What did he do? He got in with the Mass Nidus one, didn't he? About a year ago. He beat CLEM a bunch of times with Mass Nidus Lurker. CLEM said it's not a good style and he won't ever lose to it again. Let's see you back up that statement, CLEM, because I do think he lost to it once more since then. I think he said the answer is libs. I do think tanks make your life a lot easier against lurkers, and CLEM basically almost always refuses to build more than a few siege tanks. We'll see how it goes. Rogue, I would say, whilst being very clever at certain parts of the game, hasn't been the best at snatching victory when he has advantages over the last year. I often get the feeling Rogue wants to screw around when he's playing. He seems playful, which is good. I love when a player's playful. But I'll never forget when he got eliminated by Beyond in Pigfest earlier in 2025. Last year now, I guess I should say. And yeah, he basically was way ahead, and then he decided to make 30 Overseers and Nidus Worms. And I was like, this is a cool style, but you do this like when you get forced to late game. If you're ahead, you just go kill the guy. And he ended up losing. Beyond made this amazing comeback. I mean, that was the game where... Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm choking on my own spit. And Nidus finally got up in the back of Beyond's main. But at this point, Beyond had built a planetary inside his main base. Because Rogue had literally built so many friggin' Nidus attempts and lurkers and changelings that like Beyond just had planetaries everywhere. And like some lurkers finally got out, and there's like a planetary with 3 siege tanks behind it inside Beyond's main base. And I'm like just dying laughing, like this is actually genius. Like Beyond was just so under pressure, so behind for so long that he did a Florencio and just built a PF in his main at like the 20-minute mark, and it won him the game. It was so funny. But I keep thinking of that just because it was so weird to see such a veteran world champion and former world champ just let an advantage slip away like that. It was kind of the opposite of watching Dark. You know, like where Dark is always looking for the kill. Felt like Rogue was like, what can I do to get to late game and screw around with Mass Nidus Changeling? So I don't know if he still does that style at all. We haven't seen too much of Rogue's TVZ. I know he's been struggling with just the mechanical side of TVZ. Often gets overrun by Cure. These sorts of guys, they just kind of kill him with an 8 racks or something like that. So holding on against CLEM seems like it should be basically impossible. On the other hand, it's Rogue. Rogue is the guy who will get destroyed by Percival 3-0 in a best of 5. You'll think he's washed. And then he'll 3-0 CLEM in the next series. So obviously, I don't want to paint a false picture and say he's a favorite. No one is a favorite against CLEM in this matchup, or in any matchup really, except maybe TVT, since he hasn't played that in over a year. But yeah, I think it's just one of these things where he should be the underdog, but I never put Rogue in a box because he is nothing but inconsistent. He's never consistently good, but he's also never consistently bad. He has always got some clever tricks up his sleeve, and he's always going between extreme performances this way and that way. I think Rogue is really good when there's a lot of mind games. I think if we slowed the pace of the game down a little bit, and it was all about like build decisions and mind games, and maybe it was a bit easier to like hide things and do tricks. I feel like Rogue has the game knowledge of how to use the Zerg pieces to be at like just an insanely high level. But with how good everyone is at building to 3-base, 4-base late game, and also being masters of late game, whereas Rogue used to be far ahead of the curve in late game knowledge and no longer is, he kind of doesn't have that same crazy advantage that he used to just be a master of cheese, master of early game, and one of the best late game, if not the best late game player in the world. He basically single-handedly showed everyone how to beat Gumiho's mech and shut his style down back when Gumiho was doing really well. Rogue taught me the Swarm Host Hydraling Bane watching his style. Used to be my favorite way of dealing with mech. And he was so good at it, man. Also traumatized a lot of Protoss players. This is a 3cc 2-on-1 Hellbat timing. It's going to be 4 Hellbats and a pack of Marines and Medivacs. And this is not what you want to go double Evo against. Oh, Rogue's caught out being greedy, guys. You can technically hold, but you better be building at least 8 queens. He's got 8, and you've got to stop putting creep tumors down. He's already built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active tumors. Do not put any more down. You need this energy for transfuse. Please save your energy. Because if he saves his energy, he's going to have at least 1 transfuse across each of those 5 queens. And then he also needs just an immense amount of Zerglings, because the Lings are going to get roasted by the Hellbats. So he's going to need to try and surround and kind of come in from different angles, maybe break the Zerglings apart. If you could counterattack with Lings, it would be amazing, but here come those units. It's going to be 5 Hellbats, sorry, and 14 Marines with Stim. Zergling will see it coming. 2-on-1 Hellbat after 3 Command Center. It's a very vicious build with no Baneling Nest and no Roach Warren. That's kind of crazy. 1-1 upgrades on for Rogue. He's trying to go Mass Hydra. Queen's coming forward. Medevac takes a bit of damage. Moves forward with those Queens. Lings are trickling through, but only trickling through. Like I said, he doesn't have many Lings. The Queens need to get out of here. Oh god, transfuse, transfuse! Decent transfuses go down, but he's not hitting all of them. Another one does land. Lings finally come forward. I always feel in scenarios, should you just focus Marines or something? But that means your Queens will clump up on the Hellbats, which is really bad. Lings coming from behind, the Queen's going down. Oh, he's going to lose every Queen. It's a disaster, mate. It's a disaster. He's got a transfuse. He's got a new one, but he doesn't drop it in time. With no Hydra Den, no Roach Warren, no Bane Nest. Can't get the units that would do better against these Hellbats. Those 3 Hellbats getting so much damage. 9 kills, 10 kills on one of those Hellbats. Goes down on 11 kills. Finally defended. But trading 1,000 resources more efficiently. Clem is happy with that. Saves one of his medevacs. And he's into Marine tack behind. That being said, he is behind in upgrades. 1-1. Not even halfway finished against an incredibly quick 1-1. So, yeah, Rogue took a bad trade. He's got to rebuild Queens. Try to get into Hydra Tech. Didn't lose any drones. And he can now drone his 4th a little bit. If he can get 10 drones on this 4th before the next attack gets over. I mean, the next attack is so scary. Clem's going to push when these 2 medevacs come out. Sorry for a little bits of lag there, guys. Here we go. Marine tank medevac moving on the north. Is he going to get it? Rogue and Overseers, name a more iconic duo. Clem has to work hard to get that one Overseer snipe. First Hydras are coming in. Interestingly, he got Augments first. Normally you go Groove Spines to help defend against Terran, but he's gone for the movement speed. And immediately Hive. Oh, he's going to bypass Infestors and go straight for Lurkers, is he? He doesn't have the gas for +2 Kara, though. This is so dangerous, but he's not got gases on his 4th. He's kind of just chilling on 68 workers. +2 Carapace starts up. Ooh, this is an interesting situation. Armory is already done, so Clem does need to start his 2-2, but he's not quite been able to. He's trying to go 8 barracks right now. I think 2-2 is probably a bit more important than 8 barracks, but 4th command and a 2nd factory. Yeah, it definitely is. The timings are a little off for Clem, so he's not realizing that is the case. Still no 2-2. Alright, Marines moving in on the right side. Ling Hydra needs to fall back. Okay. Lurker Den, Baneling Nest, and Infestation Pit all in the way. Rogue is trying to build a little bit of everything. Honestly, this feels like so dangerous. I think Rogue can just die if Clem shoves. And yet, if he gets away with this, he's going to be in an amazing position. But that's a big if. The Marines getting in. Getting at least 4 drones there. But the medevacs are exposed. Hydra does take a Widow Mine, but the units will pick up and escape for now. This looks awkward, man. This looks really awkward. Why are we going Banelings? If anyone can answer me why you'd go Banes here. Is that because he's expecting ghosts and he's like, well, I want to go... Because, like... And why are we rushing Hive but then going Infestors? This feels disjointed. I'm not a fan. Rogue's getting away with it. But right now, this is the sort of thing that gets Rogue in trouble, is cutting these giant corners unnecessarily. He's lucky. I mean, I guess he had to read that Clem was going to be more defensive this game, but he really doesn't have the information to know that. It's just a bit of a gamble that's paid off for him. Oh, but he's let Clem take position. Those tanks. Oh my gosh, those tanks are so good. He needs a good fungal. And he does land one. Excellent fungals. Not to mention that Spore Crawler on the right side. Link's come in from behind as well. Oh, dude, what an amazing break. Gets out of the position. The Marine rally gets pushed back as well. But bottom side, 2 Lurkers and Hydras there as well. Okay. Wow. All right. That was a sick hold there. And now he's gotten away with murder, guys. He's got Lingbane, Hydra Tech, Lurker Tech, Infestor Tech, and a Hive. He gets away with it. He gets away with it. And he's only on 77 drones, so he doesn't have a big bank. He's got to be careful with his army. Clem chasing through the middle. He's got decent creep spread as well. 2-2 is also behind right now. So 2-2 versus 1-1 is really big. Adrenal Glands Overlord Speed. It looks like Rogue's going to take his time with this one. I would love to see Rogue a bit more timing oriented, but it looks like he just wants to set up on 5 base and just chill. Fester Lurker's pretty powerful combo. Loses a Lurker, the Bio has to respect it and run away. Hydra Lunge has not been upgraded. That's one upgrade which he's gas starved, so obviously it's lower priority, but I'd like to see him get that soon. 4 ghosts building at a time for Clem. Hasn't really used his armory at all yet. Wouldn't mind some vehicle plating for the Metavacs. 4th Command Center's up, 5th Command Center building. So pretty standard, right? He went 2nd Factory, 4th Command Center, then 8 racks, now 5th Command Center, Ghosts. It's very kind of just standard macro transition. Looks like a Widowmine drop came in but didn't do any damage. I think he could have caught some of this bio with a fungal, would have been nice. Overseers are morphing, 9 of them. Needs an Overseer with this army, actually, because these Widowmines aren't getting cleaned up. So it's going to be Mass Overseer once again. He's going to try and do Nidus Lurker shenanigans. It's very hard to play against. It is very hard to play against, and there's no libs out for Clem. Dude, if Clem loses to this, he's going to be tilted. I guarantee you there's a bit of pride where he's like, come on, you don't think I'm bad enough to lose to this dumb changeling Overseer Nidus stuff, do you? And Rogue's just like, baby, this is how I play late game, man. I send changelings in, I make 4,000 Nidus Worms, and I wait for you to make a mistake, which you eventually will. Nice hatchery snipe there, no cancel. Oh, this is an awkward fight for Rogue. 2 Lurkers get focused down. Make it 3. Oh my gosh, no Infestors up here. Oh no. The upgrades are even now, and that was a really slick fight there for Mr. Clem. Picks up and gets those units out of there. Rogue with a bit of rouge on his cheeks after that, no doubt. A bit blushing, I think. That was a bit of an awkward trade for him. So I'd love to see him clear these Widowmines. He really should have control of the tower by now. I think there's no reason why he shouldn't have control of that. Lunge is coming in as well as +1 melee. Double Nidus in the back door. SCV's trying to deal with the changelings. 4 ghosts will take care of at least 1 Nidus Worm. Clem, he's a bit traumatized, man. Got some libs coming in as well. Three more command centers. He's building the Iron Bank. Needs orbitals on these guys as well. I'm a little bit slow to get his late game transition completed. There we go. Orbitals are now starting. Now this is like I said, the part of the game where Rogue tends to just chill and not make big plays, but notice he's actually not going Mass Lurker. He's playing Hydra Bane. So he could roll in and bust one of these bases if he defuses a few Widowmines. Like, he actually could just... Like, he's on Mass Baneling right now, but he's on Mass Baneling in vision of the worker on the tower, which I'm not a big fan of. He's got 2 Infestors. Does he have Burrow? Ooh, okay, Widowmines mostly cleared up. Got a Lurker harass there. Oh, I like that. Nice little Lurker. Gonna pick off a few SCVs, do some damage. I think this sort of move should be used more. Just running Lurkers in, Siege on the front, Siege one here. I think that's really hard for Clem to deal with. It's going to force mistakes. Big Fungal! Big Fungal! Okay, a couple snipes went down, but a couple Fungals do land on a few of these ghosts. Clem going to quickly run away to the safety of the libs. But the Hydras will push through. Lunge, of course, is going to be available again soon. It's got a very quick cooldown. It's just a quick little lunge for those Hydras. It does pull south. 3,000 resources lost and the unit's different. Five orbitals are up. 2 more morphing, 3 more morphing. It's going to be 8 orbitals. The Iron Bank will be complete in the next 30 seconds. At that point, Clem has unlimited money. He can start to throw SCVs away in the future as well. Didn't rebuild this gas just yet. Looks like he used Widowmines to deal with that Lurker, which is kind of hilarious. Burrows now in the way, +3 range, +2 melee. Spores building out front. I think spores are very important, because Overseers can be sniped. You want to have some detection. Can't be sniped by those ghosts. The EMP in the pack of Overseers, what's slick? Oh, did he actually do that? You're kidding me. I totally missed it. Did he actually EMP the Overseers, guys? Because if so, that's freaking hilarious. Oh, he actually commits. The Liberators are going to do big damage, though. Rogue's trying to force it. He's going to attack the front as well. He needs to hold this tower. Rogue needs to bully him off this tower if he wants to do this. He's trading much worse right now. And I really feel like Rogue needs to either control the tower or dive this bottom left base. He's got to open up some movement because, like, right now, we've got... So the problem with this Overseer style is this is the period where Terran's weakest is when they're building the Iron Bank. When they're building their tech and their upgrades. Guess what? He's got advanced ballistics. He's got Caduceus. He's got building armor. He's got high-sec auto-tracking, vehicle plating. He has now 10 orbitals, which means unlimited scans. It's going to be so hard to kill Clem now. 2 Spires have started, more Nidus Swarms going up, but there is a lack of urgency for Rogue. And this style, it worked really well when he was the god of late game. He is no longer that god of late game. But, oh my god, Clem not looking! Baneling's rolling over the ghosts. Oh my gosh, I can't even see anything. Can you... To be fair, that does block your opponent's vision as well, doing that with the Overseers, but it does block our vision. How many ghosts has he killed? 6. 6 ghosts. Oh, he lands a fungal. Gets rid of about 4 or 5 ghosts. Not bad, not bad. There's a lot of changelings there. Another Nidus Worm in the back of the natural, constantly doing this. Let's look at this from Rogue's vision, guys. We're going to watch for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute from Rogue's vision. So you can see, look at this. He's spreading changelings around. He throws Nidus in the natural, Nidus in the back of the main, micros some changelings on the front, makes him some more upgrades. He's moving his army around at the same time. He's kind of checking, where's the opening? Where's the opening? Where's the opening? He's still got 7 lurkers. I think they're all in the Nidus Worm. And look at this, he's going to dive on the army in the front. Let's go back to everyone's vision. He's popping out lurkers at the same time. He pulls back, forces the libs to siege. His army should go left. If his army goes left, he can kill the base. Lurkers in the main base. He gets rid of an armory. Libs are going to siege it up. Remember what I said? Clem believes libs is the answer to this because you can't really pop anti-air out of these Nidus Worms very easily. Your Hydras need to be on the map. But I feel like Rogue letting this base survive is a travesty. You've got position here between the enemy bases. The lurkers do now get cleaned up, but I think he took out the armory, denying the one of the upgrades maybe. Another Nidus Worm on the right side. Here comes some more changelings going in up against this mass marine. This gives Rogue map hacks. Look how many changelings he's got, guys. This is his vision right now. And now he pops Hydras in the main. He's like, lol, you thought I was doing other things, dum-dum. Widow Mines do get some decent shots on the Zergans, but the Ling Bane will clear the planetary. Not a bad shot. Okay, he does get rid of the planetary. It's a lot of Banelings, though. The Overseers need to get out. The Banes are going to go north. Bunch of snipes and the Overseers do go down. Lurkers getting cleaned up by libs at the same time. Oh my god, the units lost tab must be horrendous. It's 7,000 in favor of Clem. So many Lurkers go down, but a base finally got popped. I feel like Rogue could have done this 5 minutes earlier, this base snipe. Spines over here trying to defend the counterattack. Spores going to try and take care of that lib. Does he get it? No, the Liberator barely survives. The Bio sniping the Spore down. Hydraling Bane Remax with 2 Vipers coming in. So 3 Vipers total. Why? Because he wants to Parasitic Bomb the Libs and the Medivacs, guys. He knows that Parasitic Bombs on these clumped air units could be massive. This is a terrible fight, though, for Rogue. Doesn't make sense for him to fight. This is like 5 Hydras against a whole Terran army. Bad fight for Rogue. Getting a bit too eager, a bit too horny here. He's got to use his waistband, and he's got to wait for all of his units to assemble before taking the fight. But he doesn't want to let Clem escape. And that's why he's threatening there, but he's only got a trickle of units. He's got to wait for everything to assemble. Now, is Clem going to be able to mine is the question Twitch chat's asking. He's still got a fresh base in the middle, so I think he's okay for mining if he can keep this base up. Rogue needs to retake the corners and mine those out because he's also going to run out of resources. It's not like Rogue has an endless bank. Clem's actually the one with the big bank. He's also the guy, we could drop an orbital. He can drop 10 mules whenever he wants, because he's got 10 orbitals, right? He can drop 10 mules, it's nothing. Look how much energy he has. He's building even more command centers. And for Clem right now, he knows there's no pressure on him. He's just got to tread water. Like, he knows there's essentially a rescue boat for him, right? Rogue is frantically trying to swim to shore right now. He's trying to get out of that riptide. He's like, oh god, I'm getting carried out to sea. You know, he's got to make a play. Clem's just like, dude, it's endgame. I'm the god. I'm the best Terran in the world. I know I'm going to win endgame because I am the best. I'm so good. Unless you surprise me with a silly Nidus Worm, I have this in the bag. And that's what he's doing. He's doing pretty well with it. Rogue, what's his next play? Does he still have lurkers? He's still got 4 lurkers inside the Nidus Worm. Clem's got too many Widow Mines. Clem has 16 Widow Mines. Is actually a huge mistake. A couple drones getting sniped here. Long distance mining. Oh, dude. The Vipers need to be careful. They can't get EMP'd. Mass Overseer's coming in. He's going to abduct, but he only abducts 1 lib before the EMP lands. One of the Vipers got sniped as well. The Hydras lunge into the siege zone and get absolutely hammered. Remember, guys, you need Corruptors in late game against libs, something I've talked about a lot over the last year or two. Players have started to do it, but Rogue took a bit too long. He thought the Viper Hydra would get him through. It did not. And Clem took a forward position, EMP'd and sniped the Vipers. And without those parasitic bombs on the libs, there's just no way. Hydras cannot attack into sieged up libs. It is an appallingly bad fight for the Hydras. It is so one-sided. Okay, not much defense on this base, just a Liberator and a Mine. And that means these Lings will do very good damage. Picking off a whole bunch of SCVs. Single Swarmos, Rando Calrissian has been queued up, guys. He's going to go for a fight, but his units aren't all together. He's attacking around a corner with a strung-out rally of Zerg here, trying desperately to defend this base, but the Hydra Corruptor will clean through. The Ling Bane does roll over the bio. The libs start to fall. Rogue, are you making a believer out of me? I definitely didn't think so, but if Rando Calrissian actually gets controlled correctly and runs across the map, I will get super excited. Where is he, guys? There he is. Rando has popped out. He's like, don't worry, guys. I can make 3 units. And I'm like, wow, good job, Rando. I'm pretty sure that was a button misclick, but we'll see. If he actually runs him over, burrows him, and just keeps sieging this base with Locusts, I'll be very excited. Ghosts in the north, how many? 13 ghosts, 18 Widow Mines, so many. Which, like I said, it's probably a mistake, but actually against Mass Zergling, Baneling, Hydra, it's not good against the Hydras, it's good against the Ling Bane. Top right hatch is going to go down. Bottom left is still mining. If you can just land some surprise fungals on this army, I think you could still do this as the Zerg. So many Widow Mines! Oh my lord. I mean, I heard a ghost die, so the Widow Mines definitely killed some of his own units. The Lurker House on the left is doing pretty well. Clem has a good mineral and gas bank though, so he's not like in a critical position. You still need to actually kill an army to make this a much more desperate situation for him. Rogue, oh, he leaves the Widow Mines. He doesn't realize these guys have been left out. They can have time to recharge. Lib's gonna deal with this guy, but he got rid of a Widow Mine first, which is pretty sick. Dude, is he targeting Widow Mines on Changelings? Okay, that one was just targeting before they transformed. Fair enough. Rogue's like, I see you. Good luck clicking on all of these guys. Often you click your Marine, your Changelings onto their guys. And look how annoying this is to click on all of these. Oh my god, he's trying to attack the top right. He can't even get there. The Lings go in. His army just got completely blocked by those Changelings. The Lings actually clear out 5 more workers, set the gases on fire. Not bad, not bad. This base will go down again. I love how Clem just panics and runs away, but it's literally just Overseers. Rogue is basically waving his arms around and going, oogie boogie, oogie oogie, oogie boogie boogie boogie. And he's hoping that Clem gets scared and runs away from him. Clem, he kind of has been. He's kind of running in, running back. Now he sees the Ling Bane Corrupted. That's the army he's actually got to respect. Rando Calrissian is burrowed in the middle of the map, by the way. He's just hanging out here, not really being used. Not surprising. Kind of low on the priority list in a hectic game like this. 2-2 air upgrades on the way for the Corruptors. Parasitic Bomb could be big. Massive Parasitic Bomb on the libs. Huge mistake for Clem. The Corruptors are going to ruin him. The Ling Bane rolls in. The Overseers did take a few of those Widow Mines behind the Terran army. All the libs go down, but the Medevacs do survive. Units lost time, 14,000 in favor of Clem. Clem's still ahead in supply, but he's low on minerals right now. This fresh base up in the top is everything for him. If the Remax could just come out a bit quicker, but he's out of lava. He's not been injecting. Rogue starts injecting again. 23 minutes into this game, realizing, oh gosh, I'm out of lava. Oh man. Rogue, I've never felt closer to you than ever. That one game, I was out trading Clem for 20 minutes. That one game on Crimson Court, it was on Clem's birthday 2 years ago. And then I ran out of lava. And that's why I lost, guys. I definitely would have beat Clem otherwise. 3 months before he won his world championship. 100% definitely would have happened. He definitely wasn't a few beers deep at that point. Would have happened. I'm basically as good as Rogue. That's what I'm saying here. Transitive properties and all, you know? Rogue still could bring this back, guys. Yes, he lost the top right. But if he can either get into the production or deny this top right. One or the other. Maybe get in the middle and clear out all the command centers could help as well. But right now, he's kind of headbutting into Clem's strong point. I don't think this is the right angle. I think he should go attack the rally first. The Widow Mines, watch out for the Widow Mines. Massive Widow Mine on the Banelings. The Corruptor Viper rolling in. Can he get on top of these ghosts? And so many Banelings. So many Banelings. The Corruptor's doing big damage. But does he clear it all? No, there's still a few Ghosts and Widow Mines, a few Libs. He does deny the base for now. Is that going to be enough, though? There's so many Widow Mines, man. So many. The Corruptors here. The Infester runs in, throws a random fungal. I think Rogue is saying, if I don't overwhelm you here, I lose this game. But you know what? He might actually overwhelm him right here. What in the heck? He might overwhelm him. He's going to deny this base. Ah, there's still so many minerals coming in on this base, though. 3,000 a minute. Rogue does not have that level of income. He's almost out of mining in that bottom left. I think Rogue, dude, he made this shockingly close. Shockingly close, but he is 15,000 behind in the units lost. And even with all the command center investment, which you could argue is, you know, just sitting there, not actually helping your army, and that's why it's so close. Is Terran endgame is so slow, right? It's all about just expanding to one base at a time, and then your opponent runs out of resources, and you still have 1 or 2 bases left to mine, and you go, haha. I can just blanket them in mules and have more money than you because I've been so much more efficient all game long. Pig, this is the most Game 7 energy I've ever seen in a Game 1. I know, right? I was honestly expecting like one player to win in the first 10 minutes. I was not expecting this. Libs on that right side. So many Widow Mines on the left. Oh gosh. Corruptors trying to chase those libs. Great pullaways. Oh dude, the snipes are so good. He's going to deny this base one more time. I love that Rogue's denying the base, but I think if he had like 3,000 more minerals and like 100 Zerglings ran in the natural right now and into the production, this is where, like, I just think I would have liked to see Rogue a bit better on his rotations with his army, where it's like, okay, your whole army's here, I rotate to the left, but it's really hard because this middle area, like, you'd have to go around the tower, past here, he'd probably see your army rotating with the sensor tower. It's kind of tough to, like, to do it unless you've denied this middle ground base and cleared that whole area. Clem's so good at controlling. See how quickly he shift-clicked all those units there. Beautiful fungals! But it's not enough. Not when you're attacking into lib zones against that much Terran. Good pullbacks here for Clem. And as the Lingbane washes up, that was Rogue's last set of resources. And the planetary, it may be wounded. It may be scratched up. There's a few bruises and scrapes on it. But it does finally get itself fully erect. Stands firm and tall and says, F you, Zerg player. Top right's mine. Rogue with a really impressive game there. Very cool build order. I'm a little shocked with the greed in the mid game. He's like, I was like, oh, he's going to play like Hydra Infestor, get 8 gases quickly. He's like, no, I'm playing Hydras, Fast Hive, also Banelings, also Infestors, and Vipers, and Lurkers. And I'm like, he clicked every tech and survived the mid game against Clem. That is rare. GG, well played, mate. Great game one. Clem gets the win, but Rogues earned my respect with that one. All right, guys, there was a Widow Mine here that was big for Rogue, apparently. I must have missed this one. I thought it cleared all of his Zerglings. Maybe I missed another one here. Oh, the Widow Mine paired up with the Fungal to clear all those Marines. Thank you, Senju, for linking that. I missed that. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I didn't realize. So you guys see it here. The Widow Mine is what finishes all those Marines off. I mean, they were in a bad spot either way. That's actually sick. I remember I was watching the Widow Mine up top cleared a lot of the Zerglings that flanked in. There was plenty more Zerglings in it. That was a really good clutch hold for Rogue, and he defended this base as well. GG, well played game one. All right, guys, nice defense in game one there for Clem, but he had to work for it, man. Rogue made that pretty competitive. I really think if Rogue rotated down, blew up his 5th base on the south side earlier, 3-4 minutes earlier, and then, you know, kind of alternated in the midst of all the lurkers, you know, attacked the north then after, making Clem more worried about that southern base, because he just had like 3-4 Widow Mines in a planetary there for like 7 minutes. I'm exaggerating, probably 4 or 5 minutes. Too long. A long time in a StarCraft 2 game. I don't think you want to give Clem that much time. I also think maybe Rogue would have had some more opportunities if he, yeah, and then like, you know, after that, if you get Clem focused on the top right, rotate into the natural in the late game, just a little bit more fluid on the ground army movement would have been good, but I can understand the watchtower, as well as the planetary and sensor tower not too far behind it on that central base for Clem were giving him a lot of map control, and that made it really hard for Rogue. So maybe on a different map layout, he'd have a bit more success with that style. Chat's been saying that, was asking, there was Cyclops was like, oi, is Clem out Ender Wiggins? And yeah, yes, you have pointed out a good analogy. They've said, it's just funny to me that his story was a little child sent to murder aliens in video games, and he's supernaturally good at it. And that's exactly what Clem does. Yeah, pretty much. Clem's got to kill Rogue and his dirty buggers, man. His dirty buggers. Great book. Great book. Movie wasn't bad either. People get angry at me when I say that, but especially for when it was made, I feel like there were very few good sci-fi and fantasy book adaptations when it was made, and it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but I think it's also like, you know, like there's certain things you read and you're like, this is not adaptable to the screen format. I thought Ender's Game was one of those. So I was impressed with how they did it. Like, I like 3 Body Problem. And I was like, well, this is not something you can ever translate to TV or movies properly. And I don't know. I didn't absolutely hate the show, but it definitely wasn't great. I think there's certain things that translate better than others, you know? Here we go. Watch out. Oh, he pulls back before the queen even gets a shot off. So Rogue goes for that third. Pretty well timed. Just goes 3 queen, Ling Speed, Overlord before the third. Because he knows that Clem wants to block him. Clem goes 3 CC. Are they in Banshee? I don't think... the last time I saw Clem open like Viking Liberator, or just straight Liberator, it's a long time ago, so I don't think we'll see that. Regretfully, Orson Scott Card is an irredeemable twat. Oh, wow. Yeah. People were saying before he's got some views. Says, if you're a boy, you touch the dong dong, you bad. I think that's a pretty dumb view. Yeah. Don't condone that. Still like the book. Haven't read the sequels, though. Starport's going to rotate. Second gas on the natural. Pretty typical opening for Clem. Nothing too crazy. Rogue, does he have any deviations? He's back on gas at a bit. Yeah, about the standard time. It's pretty normal. Good grenade. Alright, sorry guys. I'm just kind of looking for deviations from the build. I don't see anything crazy. Do you guys think Rogue just goes double Evo again? It's either that or Lair starts up right now. One or the other. Lair or double Evo chamber. Double Evo would be a bit later if he goes for it. Oh, he's going to build another queen in the main. Oh, he's going to delay his Lair quite a lot. Wow, he's going to 8 queens. Okay, he's playing super heavy queen. Interesting. That's fallen out of favor because people are more focused. It cancels the queen and makes the Lair. Never mind. He realized he messed up. or was about to mess up. He didn't build it for very long. That's fine. Oh, slow reaction speed from Clem. Don't see that every day, but that is the downside of splitting your Hellions to both sides of the map. Spores in the main and the third. Skips the natural and just adds it down now. Typical rule of 1 gas build. If you guys are wondering, the rule of 1 gas is you wait until all 3 mineral lines are saturated and then you take extra gases. Took a second gas in the main slightly before then, but essentially it's a rule of 1 gas. He could go Spire with such a quick Lair timing, but he's got to make up his mind soon because there's no Bane Nest, no Roach Horn, no Evo Chambers, and it does feel like a Spire opening, doesn't it? But single Evo goes down. He could go Hydras. I guess he did Hydras last game, and a lot of people have been using Hydras against Clem. So let's talk about the reasoning for why people play Hydras against Clem. So the reason, guys, is Hydras are a long-ranged, high-damage unit, whereas when you're using Lings, Roaches, Banes, they're either melee units or very low damage in the case of the Roach and the Queen. Clem can run in, pick off a bunch of units, pick up, fly away, and just do that repeatedly. But if you have 6-range Hydralisks with similar damage output to the Marine, can't do that without losing units. So once you get to Hydras, it kind of mitigates part of Clem's ridiculous power, which is his insane Marine medevac micro, where you can just pick up endless units, pick off endless units for free, and not really lose anything in return. So if you can get away with skipping up that tech tree to Hydras, it's excellent. Once again, 1-1 upgrades. They start at 610, not the fastest upgrades, but 70 worker economy for Rogue is pretty slick. Banshees takes some damage as well. He should immediately respread the creep. He's defending very nicely. This middle base is a bit dangerous. He's going to play Hydra Bane. Okay, I think the reason he wants Banes is Hydra Bane's one of the most mobile, fluid kind of late game armies where if your opponent's gone Ghost, you can jump on top and deal with that. Also, Hydras shoot up, so you can stop Clem dropping everywhere. Good point. Good point, Twitch chat. YouTube comments. Appreciate you guys. 5 barracks coming up right now. All right, Bio moving down the right side. Second factory coming up behind. Second factory, no 4th CC yet. Normally, if you go second fact, though, that's soon to be there on the cards. Widowmane Marine. Widowmane gets a shot off, but doesn't really get too much. The infestation pet's coming in. Dude, Rogue, so confident. 82 worker economy. He's got Hydraling Bane up. Still no 4th command center for Clem. Clem's just holding down the Marine key. He's mixing tanks in as well. Interesting that Clem's not building a 4th command center. I gotta say, I'm kind of like, what is this? And now he takes a 6th gas before 4th CC. Like, what? So normally you want to get that 4th command center. Yeah, it's just very late. 750 for a 4th command center. It's quite late. Like, Hive's already started. So Zerg's going to be in a good spot. The creep rocks, as you can see, guys, just decayed. They're gone now. Hydras defend the right. Ling's coming around the left, but the hell that scare them away. Coming forward. Is he going to try and tank push? Oh, I think he's going to put a tank over here and range these minerals. Just going to force Rogue to come out and fight. Rogue has 1-1. Doesn't have his infestors just yet. That's going to force these drones away. Spore's going to move forward, which is kind of crazy. I guess he can move Queens to the edge and just try to push the Medivacs back. So he's just going to try and play the Vision War. But oh, here we go. Widowmines do clear the front Zerglings. Baneling's rolling in from behind. The tank's still wasting shots on those Queens. Oh, good fungal. But he doesn't have the Banelings to connect. Good second fungal. Overseer! The Overseer just dragged the Widowmine. The Overseer went over and then casually turned around and realized, wait, I get the Widowmine on me. Dude, that was sick. Oh, the Spore Crawler was close enough to get one Banshee, but the other Overseer's not quite there. 2 Infestors did go down. That was a lethal tank spot. New tanks arrived as well. Clem realizes he can make him fight on the map. He's going 8 racks here. 4th command center is floating out. Supply looks good for Rogue, but he needs his army balance to be just right. And that Widowmine, this Widowmine hasn't really been spreading his Zerglings very effectively against the Widowmines, but he gets rid of the tank. 2 more Infestors on the way as well. Clem's so cocky, dude. Just chasing into this. Rogue not really separating his control groups, which is problematic. Because the Infestor was just on the army key, kind of waddling into the front of battle. Rogue's gonna have to keep correcting that. You know Clem wants to click on that Infestor. His important thing, twitching in anticipation. For those who don't know, the important thing of Clem is his right-click finger. So I guess, what is that, your middle finger normally on the right-click? Yeah, middle finger. It's what you give to the Banelings that try to run into your Marines, while at the same time shift-clicking them down. Or just right-clicking them down, not even using shift a lot of the time. Dude, he's got new fungals out. Watch out, Clem. Dude, if he runs in the right, I think he cops a fungal. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Oh! Ah, terrible fungal. Only hits 1 Marine. Yeah, Rogue, he's messing up. Oh no, Rogue's control group management's really off. You can tell he's F2ing a lot. Yeah, he's really not, oh, I thought he had so much momentum in this game. And he's got lurkers out now. There's still a lot of things for Clem to deal with, but Clem's now up to 83 workers. He built another 15 workers. Fungal does land. A bunch of those Marines do go down though, which is nice, but Widowmines are recharging. Needs Overseers on both sides, and Hydras, and Lings, and Banes. So much to deal with here for Mr. Rogue, and Clem has kind of made his way to the latter stage where his ghosts are adding in. He's up in supply. If he can squeeze a 5th command center in, then I think Clem's out of the woods, whereas his supply was pretty down for a little bit there. Whoa, good Widowmine hits on the Zerglings. Really good. Oh, that other one. Oh no, I don't like the way Rogue's chasing here, man. Where the heck are his Overseers? One has to wonder. Finally, they're coming over. Top right side's okay. He's got to clear these. Dude, he's got to clear, but look, his Hydra's getting chased down. He's not clearing it because he's worried about the top right. He's pulled his Overseer back. He has Overlord speed as well. These Widowmines recharging over and over again. Units lost time 4,000 in favor of Clem, and you can see it's a bit too much for him to deal with. And look at that, the Viking. He's like, no, I don't want to have to deal with your BS. Don't want to have to deal with it. The Viking almost microed away there, but Clem does correct it. I think this fourth is better than the forward one as well. I like this as my third base. This base actually. I'm playing Roach Ravager where I can bile tanks across the gap on this map. So playing this forward base with Hydras is a little bit more questionable. You can either take that base, but I think I prefer the top right even. The top right, actually, this is a bad area for Hydras as well, probably. I mean, you could flank around. This base is probably better with Hydras. But there is a nice ledge up here. It's always going to be tough, no matter what, but see how it goes. Spires on the way now for Rogue. I think he realizes Corruptors will probably be essential much earlier. Last game, the lack of Corruptors against the Libs was really painful. Mass Overseer coming in, of course it is. It's, if you guys play on a laggy computer, playing Rogue would be an actual nightmare. Yeah, Rogue really doesn't have any quick ling splits. Like, even when he's staring at the fight or anything, you can tell he just doesn't have the micro to spread it. I don't either, don't get me wrong, that's just like a normal human thing, but it's just interesting because he was, you know, in the military and stuff, and he was inactive for a while. Some say he was playing MapleStory for 3 years rather than practicing StarCraft. You do see that the Raynor, Serals, even the Lambos and stuff, and the Shins and everything, definitely the Darks, they're so good at splitting Zerglings off for Widowmine shots pretty damn consistently, but it feels like Rogue doesn't even care to try. He's just kind of like, shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I don't want to do that fancy BS. I want to win with my strategy, son. Watch out. Okay. Hey, there we go. That was a good split. Maplecraft 2. Yeah, we did once ask Rogue in an interview, we said, you know, what if you could improve anything about StarCraft? Like, what do you think is missing from StarCraft that stops it from being, like, maybe the best RTS of all time? Like, what could make it even better? And he said, oh, more grinding, and he would like there to be more content gated behind microtransactions. Yeah, he wants the MapleStory experience in StarCraft. I'm lying. He never said that, guys. I am joking. We've heard many times about his MapleStory obsession. I don't know how true it is. At this point, it's an urban legend. It could be real, could be not. I purposely don't want to ask him at events because I feel like, I feel like I don't want to know, you know? I prefer the mystery. I could message him on Discord right after this game. If you guys want, I will do it. If you guys let me know in the Twitch chat and remind me, I will actually DM him and say, hi, I heard you love MapleStory. Is that true? Like, what games besides StarCraft do you play? I might ask him. Setting up for late game. 17 more overseers. Dude, what is this disease? 37 overseers. He's like, oh, basically, and this is why Protoss players have Revelation, which is pretty good map hacks, but Terran has Scan. They can actually see the entire map, right? Whenever they want. And Rogue's like, well, apparently Zerg does as well, bro. Just build 40 overseers and just send changelings at them. You guys idiots? These don't cost supply. You guys are stupid. Why aren't you building more overseers, man? Look at this. They call this, when he does this to Beyond, they call it the wrist breaker, guys. Because every time he does that, he just holds down the key, control clicks, and clicks like 50 changelings forward, and Beyond has to click 50 times to kill them. Competition, man. Competition is brutal. Clem throws a few medevacs away to replace with libs here. Oh, main base. Main base, Clementine. Uh-oh. Clement. Clement. Nidus in the main. Lurkers are there as well. Oh, decent Widowmine in the Ling Bane, but I love that he's attacking both sides at once. This is what he didn't do well enough in the last game. This time, the moment the Nidus pops, Clem's guard downs for a moment. Planetary's going to go down, as will a lot of these SCVs. Hydras need to kill the orbitals, but the ghosts are on top. Oh, did he not even get a... Oh my gosh! No! Did he... Okay, most of the lurkers escaped. He only lost 3 lurkers, but he didn't even kill a command center. He got 13 SCVs for like... Did he kill anything? He killed like 2 add-ons, a refinery that was out of gas, 1 depot, and he damaged a command center and got 13 SCVs. Clem's army split really well, and these guys came down, so his Hydras all got aggroed and sniped by the ghosts there. Oh, man, and he was so quick to siege all of his libs and just wreck the lurkers. That was like, I thought Clem made a big mistake, but yeah, he basically reacted perfectly once he realized what happened. Oh, damn, dude. This planetary is going to easy hold them as well. Mills will repair that. Lurkers pop out on the left side. Oh, that Hydra accidentally popped some splash damage on him. Planetary goes down though. Very nice move. No Overseer, which means the Cloaked Ghosts can do damage. The Lurker's going to quickly try and run away. A few of them do get sniped. That was good. He does deny a base. Gets a command center, a bit of damage. More Nidus is popping up. One in the natural, one in the main. The avalanche begins. Here come the Corruptors. They're like, okay, sweet. His ghosts are busy elsewhere. Let's get some libs. It's a good call. Yeah, it's worth it. It's super worth it. This is one of the best trades he's had all game. Corruptors are so good at sniping all these libs in Medivacs, man. Oh, PP! PP, you know you want to, Rogue! Unzip! Rogue's been drinking Mountain Dew for days, but no, he breaks the stream. Okay, he's going to go in the main to defend the Lurkers. Oh, that's actually so cool. That's so cool. He's going to get the Medivacs as well. Oh, okay, he doesn't quite get the Medivacs, but look at this. Ling's on the left side. Dude, the Corruptors are actually so good at pairing up with this Nidus Lurker, but he doesn't have an Overseer, which means, oh no, the Lurker's getting sniped. He's got to get out. The Corruptors are going to run north. Yeah, he finds 2 more libs. Oh, lol, your ghost can't be everywhere at once, idiot. Oh, Rogue tooling Clem right now. Yes, his first attack failed, but that one was really good. He's only 6,000 behind, which is the same as it was before that last series of engagements. He's got a middle base mining. I'd love to see him mining this base on the left as well. It's kind of a bad Nidus positioning because it's blocking him. Yeah, if he keeps trading like that, he'll do well. Because remember, Clement to spend so much money building all these command centers. Clem's got 12 orbitals. Things do get cleaned up. What's the army comp? It's Lingbane Corruptor, 17 Corruptors, 5 Lurkers. Ooh. Clem has a much bigger army, but smaller worker count. It's going to be hard to break him because if you throw too much army away, Clem will counterattack. Rogue doesn't have a crazy bank. Oh my gosh. Oh no. And that's the danger of going in blind, dude. He just lost like 7 Corruptors for 1 Viking. The Lingbane got pushed back on the right at the same time. Oh. Nasty. So many changelings though. Still got good vision. Got to keep sending these changelings out every now and then. Nidus Worm pops out. There's units on top of it. Single ghost runs forward. He's like, oi, get out of here, you dirty bugs. Get out of here. Dude, 125 hit point ghosts are tanky, man. Oh, damn. Trying to deny the creep now is Clem. Trying to reassert control over his half of the map. Rogue. Finally taking the space on the left. Shame he wasn't mining that sooner. Greatest Spire's on the way. Look, he's got +2 flyer armor coming in. Already has +2 attack. +3 melee and +3 range coming in. He forgot Adrenal Glands. Ladies and gentlemen, he forgot Adrenal Glands. Non-adrenal Zerglings don't melt steel beams. Oh, no. Oh, Overseer does take a shot, but the Corruptors clear a few libs, which is nice. Changelings coming in. Oh man, dude, how many more? He's up to 51 Overseers now. Easy on the gas expenditure, Rogue. What the hell, bro? Hasn't taken these gases yet. He should fully transfer to this base. 20 workers, 22 at least. Get the gases as well. You don't want Clem to get his hands on that. Yes, Ghosts have 125 hit points now, guys. They don't die to anything except Banelings, basically. I mean, obviously they can get killed, but they're very tanky for a 2 supply unit. Kind of insane. Queen's in the middle of the map. I like the creep spread for Rogue. I think he's done a better job of respreading creep this time. He's mining the bases. Man, I don't think there's a next step. I think for Rogue, you just keep doing this. Just Lingbane Corruptor. He's got a bunch of Lurkers that he can either put in a Nidus or just run in the front and siege a base and try to do some damage. He's going to attack this side, right side. First 2 Widow Mines clear the Zerglings. Corruptor's diving. The Medivacs is cute. Bane's going after the Ghosts. Can they connect? There's a lot of Widow Mines there. Oh, good pullback timing. He was about to chase into some big Widow Mine splashies. Unfortunately, wasn't able to like click the command center or anything while he did that. And at the same time, where are the Lurkers? He runs 1 Lurker in that side. And he's going to try and siege as far back as possible. But the repair is good. Gets a few SCVs. At least he's killing things. Scan comes down and the Lurker does go down. These Lurkers going to try and fall back behind the spores. Can he defend those? Well, the army's going to come over. And if he catches this army with the Corruptor Lingbane, that could be huge. The Lings should not commit like this, though. Oh, this is a terrible fight. Rogue, what are we doing, man? Your army's like 3 screens behind, bro. Calm down. The way Rogue keeps like running just Zerglings and Overseers over like a minute before his army's ready to engage, I'm a bit like, oh, maybe hide that. Maybe hide that before you do that maneuver. Oh, good fungal. Oh, he's got a big juicy, a second big juicy, and the Banelings will connect with those 5 ghosts. Nice move, saves his hatchery, and gets rid of about 5 ghosts. Well done, well done. Now, the Overseers both cloud their vision, but more importantly, it allows them to drop endless changelings for map vision. So Clem has to click manually on each one of these to get them inside. You see, he's had to raise the depot in the main to try and keep these changelings out of his base, guys. But it gives a lot of vision, and you could also block his units as well with them. Oh! Oh, the ghosts! Okay! They mostly get saved. Where are the Corruptors? Dude, if the Corruptors caught that, oh my gosh. Like, 11 ghosts just escaped. Plenty of libs and turrets here as well. The lib turret Widowmine sieges are really hard to deal with, man. Yeah, the changelings are incredibly annoying, guys. They're just like... Okay, these guys need to stop clicking in the main, though. He should be clicking them across the other bases. Just spreading them through. Obviously, a lot to manage with his main army, though. Libs are there. Attacking both sides. Lingbane's going to run in the left side. Rogue trying to split his army right now, but Clem has a 40 army supply lead. He's got Infestors on the left, Corruptors on the right. If he can roll enough Banes to chase the ghosts away and then the Corruptors kill all the libs, I think that's good. Sporecrawler already kills one lib. There's a bit of damage to a Viking as well. Changelings are here. Oh, he's pulled everything. He's pulled everything to the right side, which means Clem gets to kill this left side base. This better be a decent fight here for Mr. Rogue. Infestors get EMP'd. The Overseers YOLOing forwards. The Corruptors trying to deal with it. It's all about, can the Lingbane do stuff to the Ghost? I think the Changelings were trying to maybe block from behind there. I'm not quite sure. The Baneling's getting some good hits. The Ghost stopped spreading. He actually got some good hits there. There's still a few ghosts left over. The Corruptors have killed a lot of libs and command centers. He gives up a base on the left side. That was an excellent trade there for Rogue, man. He's going to find another lib. He actually got far enough away to break the lock on some of these snipes as well. The Overseers are escaping. The Lings probably have to back away now. He wants that medevac because he knows the value is the Corruptors. The Corruptors are getting so much damage on these air units. He tries to leave a few Corruptors there. The mass changeling is in. Have fun clicking on that, Mr. Clem. Clem counterattacks right now. Can Clem overwhelm all this? He's got no detection. Where's the detection? 48 Overseers are on the way, though. I mean, this is not going to last forever, is it? Uh-oh. Corruptors are going to find the medevacs. You already got those 4 ghosts. Counterattack on the right side as well, though. Clem says, I counter your knife stab with my own knife stab. 4 ghost cloak drop over there, killing so many drones. He's just going to dive. The Overseers are coming in. Can you contaminate a missile turret to stop it from shooting? I don't think that's a thing. Nidus Worm's going down over there. Rogue's economy taking a bigger bit of damage than I would like. And he's also out of lava. He hasn't been injecting. Rogue has not been injecting. He's lost 2 hatcheries, but if he denies all of these mining bases of Clem, I don't know if it really matters. It's just, if Rogue could spend his bank right now, he should win this game. He does keep the top right alive. This base, somehow there's still ghosts here. He's got to pull back and deal with these. Oh, what the hell? He just found 15 ghosts in the creep. What were they doing there? He just found a ton of ghosts out there on the creep. I don't know if it was 15, 10. How many ghosts have died this game? 38 ghosts have now died. Dude, I can't believe Rogue's doing this. Oh, I wish the players' camera outlines were on the map so we could see what they were looking at. Me too. I don't know. You'll have to ask Wardy about that one, why he doesn't force his players to play on that. It's such a great experience where you can see what the players are looking at. I totally agree on that. I know it's for the hardcore nerdy viewers, but that's most of us, right? Yeah, OBS++ is the better mod, but I know a lot of people still just host the old WCS Game Heart. OBS++ is basically WCS Game Heart with extra perks on it, and that allows you to see where the players' screens are on the minimap as well as a few other things. He's going to go Broodlords now, guys. 11 Broodlords against Ghosts? Uh-oh. Chak just called them GG Lords. The question is, GG for who? GG for who? I know they shoot faster, but Ghosts are so tanky, they don't really die to them very well anymore. But then again, the Changelings are going to block the Terran up and kind of screw them up. Here they come. Their first shot gets out so much quicker. Broodlords did get buffed this patch. Overseers are here as well. Does he have any fungal? He's got no fungal. And only 14 Banes, but look at this. Ling's denying the bottom left. Lings on the right side do not find their way in. He's running forward. Corruptors should be able to deal with this. Where's the Corruptors, man? There we go. They are hiding in there with the Overseers. And we know there's a counter on the right side. Is there going to be enough Lingbane to defend is the question. Broodlord's still fighting over here. Are the Ghosts going to look for some snipes? There should be some Overseers on the Broodlord hotkey. like following them, but Rogue's not doing that, which means if the Ghosts come forward and cloak and snipe, he might be able to get some big damage on these Broods. Looks like the Marines on the right side got cleaned up. There are more Lings and Banes gathering over there. Rogue's worked through his entire bank, but he's got this left side base back up. Corruptors start to take care of the Libs, the Ling Bane. If he could just chase the Ghosts away and let the Libs get taken out by the Corruptors, that's all he needed to do. Planetary Fortress is on 88 kills, but a lot of those are Broodlings. On the right side, the Lings picking off SCVs, doing what damage they can. That Ghost, can it take down 4 Zerglings? I don't think so. The Zerglings with Adrenal, finally, in this game, and 333 do big damage. How many Broodlords went down? Just the one. Great denial on this left side base. Mules are going to drop for Clem to repair it, but he's down to 15 workers to 52. Rogue's still got this base up. If he can reclaim the base on the right side, which he's going to try to, but of course the Widowmine will deny it, is going to be amazing for him. He's got a little bit of minerals here. 250 there, 90 there. Just got these middle bases. That one does get denied by that Widowmine we talked about, but he's maxed up 40 army supply. And Rogue, with the Corruptors to counter the Libs and using them to rotate around with the Lurkonitis, was such a brilliant move. The Broodlords also breaking through the Static D in the middle of this map. Marines and Ghosts running forward. Corruptor Overseer diving forward, obscuring the vision of what the hell is going on in this game. Corruptors chasing afterwards. The Ghosts getting jumped on. They land a few snipes, but the Banelings are on top, man. The Banes are so close to them. The Corruptors going after the Vikings and the Medevacs. The Ghosts pulling back here. The Corruptors are starting to wash up on the rocks of those Ghosts. But of course, you know what's harder than rocks, and that's Rogue's rock. No, Rogue thing that rhymes with rock right now. I'm sorry, I couldn't. This is very satisfying for a Zerg. You do not get to do this to Clem very often. I'm just saying, he's a little bit excited. And yeah, maybe Clem has the rock, but he's got the paper this time. I don't know. Yeah, that's totally where I was going to go with it originally, for sure. Yes, 100%. Clem's broke. He's got 1 SCV, 28 Marines, 11 Ghosts. I do believe in the power of the Ghost. I just don't think it can beat 17 Banes, 82 Zerglings, 10 Broodlords. Not when the Zerg is still mining a base and soon to be a second base. And you've only got dregs on your side of the map. Essentially right now, Clem is emptying all of the beer glasses that he's finding around the pub after closing time, and he's seeing if he can fill up 1 full glass of beer. He's like, if I could just get maybe like a half pint or something, maybe I could have a good time here. Rogue, meanwhile, has an entire liquor store at his disposal, and he will have no trouble getting well-sourced later tonight. The Broodlord's going to pick off a Marine and a Ghost. Very nicely done. It's still amazing to me that he doesn't keep an Overseer with his Broodlords. I know it's just different systems, but I'm like, not keeping detection with your Broodlord seems so crazy to me. Great transfuses. 1 Broodlord goes down, but dude, he was mass transfusing through the damage coming in from the snipes and the Vikings. The Queen's on the front line. Sick transfuses. GG, well played. And Rogue is going to tie up the series after 2 epic games. All right, guys, going into the third game of Winter Madness. Clem in the bottom right, Rogue at the top left. I really thought Rogue was going to like do massive damage at that first Lingbane Hydra in the bottom left, Lurkers in the main move, and then Clem shut that down so hard with the Libs just instantly going to the main and the Ghosts and the Bio running to the left to defend his SCVs and command centers, where I kind of was like, oh no. Is Clem just going to like crush now? But Rogue, man. Really good Corruptor usage. The quick pivot into Corruptors. Yeah, I mean, he even went in the main along with the Nidus to kill a Lib there. It was really cool. Hey guys, I'm not usually in this stream. When does Pig play games on the ladder on stream? Usually you're going to mostly see me casting this day, Saturday my time, Friday if you're, North America, Europe time, and Wednesday my time, Tuesday if you're in North America, Europe. Because today I normally wrap up the best games of the last week or so with StarCraft, so it's my best game stream. And then on my Tuesday for you guys if you're in North America, Europe, is when I do Pigstarcraft Weekly. We do a live weekly tournament, $400. Often see guys like Clem. We haven't seen Rogue sign up for a while, but recently, Clem, Solar, Max Pax Beyond, a few of these guys pretty regular, and their heroes pretty regularly signing up for it as well, so it's been pretty good. Most of the other days, good chance of us playing some games, having some funny funs. If you want to see a few fun highlight games, definitely check out my Pig Plays channel. On YouTube, guys, ! Pig Plays. If you're watching live in the Twitch chat, I'll link it up. But yeah, today's all kind of the best series, or sometimes it's just the most interesting rivalries. Sometimes I don't want to spoil myself, so like I'll be honest, I don't know if I had no recommendation on this game from like viewers. There weren't people like, you got to check out Clem versus Rogue from the Wardy Championship. I just went, that's a matchup I always will cast. And unless they start having some absolute terrible series against each other, I'm always curious to see what's going to happen in Clem Rogue, because don't get me wrong, Clem, even against the best players in the world like Cyril, sometimes he just kills him at 8 minutes with the first Marine pressure because his micro is that good. But Rogue's such a clever guy, and he's very good at creating asymmetry. It looks like he's going to take the bad third on the right side, knowing Clem's going to block him. We saw Raynor do that really well earlier today. I still think it's awful. I think it's better to just take the normal third on like 20 supply, delay your queen in the main a few seconds to make sure you get it up. It's mind-blowing that it's Saturday afternoon for you from the North American perspective. Hold on a second. Did you know we live on a planet? And because I'm in the southern hemisphere, it's winter right now. Summer, I mean. It's winter for you guys, it's summer for me. Isn't that crazy? How's that for having your mind blown? Also, now this one blows some Americans' minds a bit, like completely. You have an accent, and it sounds funny. I'm like, what? I don't have an accent. I speak American. We just speak English properly. You're the one with the accent. And I'm like, holy fuck. Do you actually not know? They're like, what? You guys speak so funny. It's wild. Oh, hold on. Just as funny as I sound to you, you sound as funny to me. Pronouncing all your letters. Crazy Americans. I love you guys. Shout out to all of my friendly American viewers. Appreciate you guys. Can you guys host some more StarCraft events so I have a chance to come visit, please? It's been a while, man. No, Canadians don't count. You guys are just Australians that got sent to the wrong spot. Yeah. Though you guys do sound a bit American sometimes. But not if you go out to real Canada. You go out to Manitoba, man. You gonna find someone in Manitoba speaking like that? Nah, man. The manliest province of Canada. Literally has man in the name. Actually, Sasquatch. I'm not going to try and say it properly. I just call it Sasquatch. That's a pretty badass name for a province. Oh, dude, is he diving? Good micro for Clem. Only loses one alien, gets 7 Zerglings, but he loses the Reaper as well. I think Rogue's done a good enough job. He's actually gone pretty damn quick there. Well, actually, it's not that far. It's just a little early, but third gas, he wants to play mutas. Now, that is really hard to pull off. Raynor's done this a bit recently against Clem. Do you guys think Rogue can pull this off? It's hard on a small map like Winter Madness with this terrible base where their parade push gets here in like 30, not even 30, like 10 seconds from their base. This is a really hard build to pull off, and if you do it, you shouldn't build spores. 1 spore in the main, maybe a spore in the third, but you should be using Overseer wherever possible to defend because you've got such a fast lair. And she still gets in before the spore's finished anyway. Does get 1 drone, that's not too bad. Oh, good queen positioning. Great queen positioning for Rogue, but Clem, oh, he's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy. He's got a flamethrower. Oh, God. Who gave Clem a flamethrower? Jeez. I told you guys. Don't give young French kids flamethrowers. That's nasty. To be fair, Rogue's defense is on point, though. He scrambled really well. Only 3 drones. Gets a bunch of Hellions. His drone count's a bit low, though, but his Spire's on the way, as is his Baneling Nest. Oh, he's going to go back in. Rogue distracted. He's let his guard down. Good drone pull, though. But is it... The Ling's on the wrong side of the map. Banshee's here. Rogue's got to get his feet underneath him. Right now, he's looking a little unsteady on his feet. He's being wobbled a bit by this harassment. Like, he hasn't taken big damage yet. But you can kind of see he's slipping up on a few of his basics while this is happening. But, oh! Never mind. Hold my beer, says Rogue. Brilliant run by. I'd love to see him get at least 1 more SCV there. 5 SCVs, then just runs away. Beautiful. Dude, so well done. And that gives him so much freedom because, remember, Clem doesn't know about the Spire. That being said, you need a double Evo, you need a macro hatch, and he's taking a 4th up north. What the fudge? I could have sworn he was going to take this left base. I think he might be blocking that base with that creep tumor, by the way, but that's fascinating. He's going to go heavy overlord. Mutas will be coming out now. 7 mutas. Where is that double Evo, though? He's way oversaturated right now. Like, Rogue's got some basics to fix up here. He's 20 workers on the main and the natural, only 12 on the third. No Evos building. Finally, they do go down, and he is going to transfer these workers all around. Marine and Medevac already heading to the right side, though. He needs to make nothing but Ling Bane. Bane speed's 30 seconds out. If Clem can snipe this third before the Mutas and Lings are there, that'll be huge. Queens should be able to deal with this. Banshees may have caught a glimpse of the Mutas. I'm not quite sure. There's no Overseer in the main. I'm not sure why that is. All the Queens are going back to the main. Most of these Queens should be defending the front, but look at that Mutiling Bane. Can he overwhelm? Oh, he does get rid of a bunch. Only one Medevac. Clem's like, where was the other Medevac, mate? Looks like it was lagging behind, but the Marines did distract those Mutas for a bit, and the Mutas can't quite chase that Medevac down. Oh, what are we doing? Rogue's going for it. Oh, he's going for a timing. I didn't even realize. He actually wants to go. He thinks Clem's unprepared. But is this a bit too over-eager? There's two tanks there. The Banes need to go for the mineral line. Mutas need to fly away. Good Bane hit, but good SCV micro as well. Brilliant SCV micro. Even 7 SCVs go down. Could have been much worse for Clem. A lesser Terran would have taken much more damage. We've got 1-1 on the way for Zerg. 2-2 has not started yet for Terran, but Clem, of course, I think is thinking about shoving. That might be overeager with how aggressive Rogue just looked. Honestly, I don't want Rogue to ever go past 75 drones. I think you're lair tech for life. And yeah, these 8 drones is like the max you can build right now. Any more than that is madness. Uh-oh. Well, there's 2 Mutalisks there. That's not good. He's also already mined out his main partially very early there, which tells us his workers were not stacked correctly. That's okay. 8.5 minutes is standard for the final patches to go, though. It's not a big thing. Very minor. Tank here, maybe? Okay, he's going to go fully on the right side. He doesn't want to step on creep. Clem's not even hugging the edges. He's just going for a massive pre-spread, but no combat shields. Thing is, there's no Zerglings. 2 Banelings actually connect with 4 Marines there. Massive Mutiling Bane flank comes in up the ramp. The Marines avoiding those Banelings so well. He's got a few Banes in reserve, though. That's really good. If Rogue can scare these Marines away, these non-combat shield Marines being so ballsy right now, dude. He's going to try and focus the Banes. Is that going to work out? The Ling Bane trying to jump on top. Baneling's gone. Banelings are gone. Banelings are gone. Watch out, Rogue. He doesn't have any Banes in reserve. The Marines say combat shields are for cowards. Hold my beer. They shove a stim pack into their thigh like it's a goddamn EpiPen, and they pull that trigger faster than they've ever pulled it before. But Rogue has more Banelings reinforcing. He's evacuated this base with the drones. Is he going to give it up? I think he has to give it up and counterattack. And Clem's going to be able to take care of that base. Finally, the combat shields do kick in, and there's a lot of medevacs for healing as well. Counterattack tries to cut off the rally home. Oh, actually a good little engagement there for Rogue. Muta's overwhelming it. Nice move on the Marine rally. But the whole army is going to scramble home very quickly. And he's got a rally of Marines gathered up there as well. Not only that, 2-2's done for Terran in a second. It never started for Zerg, because he's been on the ropes trying to make Banelings the whole time, which means with 2-2 almost there, that's going to be a problem. Mutas need to find a full medevac, but they can't find it. The Mutas not targeted on the medevac, so I think that's got to be a mistake there for Rogue. The Banes need to roll into these Marines, but the tanks are always close behind. It's an 8 racks, no add-ons on these Marines, guys. It's just 12 Marines building at a time, and now with 2-2 kicking in, it's go time. Deep on creep, no Ragrets. The Banelings do get a decent connection, but there's not many Banelings behind that. The tanks are cleared up. He needs more Banes. He needs more Lings, but he has no gas for Carapace, which is a huge problem. He's lost the gases on his 4th. Now he's transferred to what was originally the 5th base. Hasn't put on gas mining there just yet. The tank, can he get another shot off? Yes, he can. 1 Baneling connects, but 1 Baneling is not enough. The tank survives, and that was a bad wave for Rogue. Clem brings this game back to where Clem plays his best StarCraft, shoving in and shooting you down with Marine Tank Micro. And he doesn't let Rogue get to that late game. He says, okay, you're pretty good at late game. You're really annoying to play. Let's go after it and just push once he spotted those Mutas. Well played by Clem. Oh, all right, guys. Game 4 is going to be on Mothership. That's right. We're in Protoss territory, which is even ground because Rogue in the bottom right, Clem in the top left. I do think this base is a bit better for Rogue than the other one. I don't know why. It feels better to expand along this right side. And I really hope Rogue does expand 3rd here, 4th here, 5th either here or right in the corner. I haven't seen a single pro do it. I haven't seen a single pro try to expand all the way along the edge. Except actually there was one game Raynor tried to and had was it his 4th or his 5th denied? I think his 4th got denied a few times and he ended up in the dumps. But I think it was his 5th actually got denied. But either way, it's tough. It's a tough map. I think you have to use your mobility. It's a long distance across, especially to the corners. So if you force Clem to pressure to this top right side, and also trying to pressure down this side as well, I think there's openings for big counters in the middle, and big attacks on the north or the south, depending on which lanes Clem is pushing through. Like, this is basically a 3-lane map if you go to the top right. But a lot of Zergs will be like, no, I'm taking my 4th here, my 5th here. And they're just like, it just becomes like a deadlock fight for the middle. And if you can control the middle, you can do okay. You kind of need a lead to do that. I mean, I would say it's naturally a good map for Terran. What is this map? Never seen any triangle? Yeah, it's a mothership, bro. It's a mothership. You'll see there's like these air blockers on the edge. You see how you can kind of see this grid on the screen? Because that you can't move out here into space. So it's kind of hard to see when I rotate, but essentially there's like, you can kind of see fire on the edge of this ship as well. I guess we're entering the gravity or something. I don't know. We're doing a bit of an entry burn. Or maybe that's the engine? I don't know. I think it's an entry burn. But yeah, essentially you can't fly out into these corners, these big black areas on the edge. I can't believe this isn't an instant Terran veto. I think it should be Terran favored. Even though it's really big, it's just the bases get spread so far apart for the Zerg. It's really hard to defend. Can you? Yeah, yes, yeah. No, you get a bonus point in any tournament you play if you build a mothership on mothership. It makes me very happy whenever someone does it. Doesn't happen as much as I'd like. I think I built a mothership on this map one game. I'm really bad at utilizing the mothership though, so I'm pretty sure I just let it die and then started doing better once it was gone. No, we've given map makers a bit more creativity and room for a bit more room for creativity, I should say. We didn't give them creativity. Those stupid map makers, they have no creativity, so I gave them some of mine. No, we've given the rules have been relaxed for the community map makers, which is good. Drone did idle for a bit. Starport's on the way, second gas as well. All right. Okay, so this is going to be pretty standard opening for Rogue. He's got the quick third. He's gone for a bunch of queens. He's got 2 overlords popping that'll unsupply block him in a moment. It's a very minor supply block. It's barely even a supply block. 2 Hellions coming forward. Reaper's going to rotate. Is he going to try and dive? Surely not. Oh, dude, just leave! Dude, this is why I hate playing Clem. He's so annoying with this Reaper. He's already got 2 Zerglings. Now he's circling the main, trying to pick off drones. And that distracts you, which means the Hellions can run in. Lings are popping out. And he gets a total of 1 drone for 2 Hellions. And the Reaper goes down. Excellent. All right, punished. 1 drone, 4 Zerglings for 2 Hellions and a Reaper. Get wrecked, Clem. Go home. Go home, you're drunk. He's going to lose a Hellion as well, maybe. Rogue was only on a move, though, and he should run away now. Rogue's going to lose this fight. This is Clem. This is not an ordinary Terran. You can't keep chasing this. Oh, he jukes him, goes back in the other direction. The yellow one should stop for a second and tank the hits, so the red one can escape, I think. And he keeps it alive. But at least he buys himself a bit of room at home. Lair's on the way. Second gas. Looks like he's going to play a pretty standard style. I'd love to see like another Hydra build, maybe. Here's a 3cc Hellion Banshee for Clem. If we could get a mini mothership, or if you could build a mothership core and a mothership, that'd be cool. I still can't believe they didn't make it where you would... Wait, actually, when there was a mothership core, guys, did you make a mothership from the mothership core? How did that work? I can't remember. Did it morph into it, or did you build it from the Nexus? I honestly can't remember. Because it should have morphed from it, surely, right? Uh-oh, Hellions are getting by. He's got a few Lings to kind of block, but only partially. Oh, Clem being very ballsy right now. Where are the rest of the Lings, guys? It looks like they're just coming home here. They try to stop him running past, but Clem jukes once again. He jukes, he jives, and looks like quite a few of the Hellions do escape. Good trading there for Clem. 5 Hellions now for 23 Zerglings. It's a bit better. Yes, the mothership core did turn into the mothership. Okay, good. I literally just never, like, I played so little Protoss back then, and even, actually, no. Mothership core was still around for, like, years when I played Protoss. I just don't think I ever went to built a fleet beacon. I just loved like Immortals, Archons, and Psystorm and stuff so much. I just was like, Motherships are for losers. I just never built one. I was just like, nah. Oh my gosh, these Hellions, just get out, Clem. Uh-oh. Well, Rogue's gonna tell him to get out. Because I keep getting stressed by these run bys, but actually Rogue's wrecking him. 6 SCVs, brilliant. Shame he didn't get those last 2 SCVs, but 1-1 upgrades are gonna be about probably 50% ahead of the 1-1 of Rogue, which when you're going mutas is not bad at all. He's gonna take that middle base. Remember what I talked about? Especially when you're playing mutas, I think this top right base is so much better. Because now you're playing a Mutiling Bane comp that's all about mobility, and you're giving him an easy frontal push path, whereas you should be expanding away from your opponent and using that mobility. I think this is a fundamental error that almost every Zerg's making on this map. I think you have to take advantage of the mobility advantage. Clem is so good and so fast that it makes it feel like these bases are a downside. But I guarantee you have to play a high-risk style on this map. This is not a high-risk style. This is a, I just want you to kill this base. Like, this base never survives unless you've already won the game when you take it. And he's in a good spot. I don't think he's in a game-winning spot, Rogue. Come on, Rogue. Baneling speed's just started. He's got 7 mutas, 15 lings. He's going to need to bring his queens all to the front, or at least 4 or 5 of them. Mutas and lings and banes, I don't think can do this on their own. His queens are kind of elsewhere, I guess. No Overseer. Oh, he dives on top. No, no, no. Rogue, your banes are a bit far behind. But, oh, actually, that was kind of cute. He did lose 3 mutas, though. But no Overseer. Very slow on the Overseer morph. Only after he goes for the attempted jump. Rogue's tried that ambush a few times, and it hasn't looked very inspiring the way he's done it. I think he's got to really make sure he actually has his whole army together. But Rogue's army management, even in the game that he won in the other games, like, there's been a lot of, like I said, just clicking his whole army at Clem from like 2, 3, 4, 5 screens away. And showing what's happening. Like, here's 20 Zerglings and 20 Overseers. Just so you know, you've got 10 seconds before my Banelings arrive. Like, he did that a bunch of times, and just there it was kind of similar. It was, hey, my Banes aren't even finished morphing. Here's some free muta kills. I think Rogue's got to clean it up. And ZVT is such a mechanical matchup. Like, he's good build orders, good strategy, good understanding. But if you don't have the clickety-clack with those engagements to manage everything, it can be a little awkward. Love to see a Baneling run by on this base, but look how safe Clem is. Tank on the high ground. He's building Thors and Widow Mines, which means he's going to parade the middle. We're going to take this base as well. Oh, I hate this expansion. He's expanding towards Clem while playing Mutiling Bane. I hate it. I'll call it how I see it. There's a very clear advantage of Mutiling Bane. It's mobility, it's counters, it's going around the back. It's absolutely not fighting front on. He's playing more of a Ling Bane style than a Muta style. He's only got 9 mutas with 4 more building. I don't think he's going to commit to mass Muta here. He's not really got any momentum with it. Overseer does not have OV speed just yet, so we'll have to make a new one of those. Here we go, guys. Marine Marauder, Widow Mine. Hive's on the way. 1-1's about to finish for Zerg, which means 1-1 upgrades will be even with the Terran, but only for about a minute, maybe not even that, maybe 50 seconds. 2-2's getting really close, and right now, Rogue is not maxed, Clem is, and this is where you want to counterattack. You do not want to fight this front on, and that's why having this hatchery just gift wrap for the Terran, really big problem for Rogue here. But, Widow Mine, decent spready there, only loses 5 Zerg instead of the first one. He's going to split the lings, spread the lings! Okay, pulls back all the lings, actually focuses down those Widow Mines by the looks of it. The Banes could do big damage if they get in the worker line. Hellbats are going to get taken down by those mutas. The Siege Tank does as well. Great micro there. He's also been doing a good job of rolling Banelings in to try and stave off the advance. Classic Mutiling Bane play. It was all about click Banes into their Biomine spread to keep your bases alive, but he's going to have to give this base up eventually. Doesn't get many SCV kills, unfortunately, Rogue, and he's lost a lot of units there. It's 2-1 in the trading. You can see these Banelings, they buy you time. They aren't super cost efficient. Gets himself a couple Marines, and I think it's time to run these drones away. Back to 4 bases for Rogue, man, unless he can clear this up right here, right now. Mutalisks are going after the Marines. The Thor picks up. Watch out for those Widow Mines. Big boom booms spread across the mutas and Zerglings. Clem on the warpath, shoving through the middle. He was so patient with this setup, but now with 2-2 upgrades, he's got Marauders coming in. Widow Mines, massive Marine spreading, not to mention those Thors with those long-range Javelin missile launchers. So effective there for Clem. The early game was really good, I thought, for Rogue with shutting down the first Hellions, but then the Hellions kept creating distractions and damage and running this way and running that way. And then I think There's two big problems that happened when this push arrived. Number one, he only countered reactively after the army arrived at his base. And that's a huge mistake. I think you want to have your army waiting to counterattack. But look at the way Clem chased the mutas home. And then he gathers his army and moves out. And the army's just chilling at home, breaking these rocks. If Rogue saw this move out earlier, just a lack of map control, right? Should it be that a Changeling or a Zergling or mutas see it? Rather than here, if he's instead got his mutas 20 Zerglings, 10 Banes, or 40 Zerglings, 10 Banes here. Now he's diving in. That's huge, right? Either the whole army goes home and you just bust through all the workers, but instead it's like, oh crap, here's your push. I don't realize that's at my base, number one. Number two, now I've got to rotate around. Number three, this base is in a terrible position. I hate this base. I think this base is so much harder for Clem to deal with. And I think either way, when you're playing this map as a Zerg with Mutiling Bane, especially against the top tier Terran, unless you're already way ahead, you have to end up usually playing Whack-A-Mole Zerg. That is, you have to give up bases. You have to accept they're probably going to kill this base at some point, but at least then they're overcommitting an army up here. And if their army's committed there and here, that means this left side is so much more wide open. Whereas look at this, he gets to deny the base and he can quickly scramble units home in response. You're not forcing the Terran to extend themselves. The weakness of this map is the spread out base location. Zergs keep on trying to fight that by going for more compact bases towards the Terran and presenting easy push paths for Terran. I will die on this hill. Obviously, I'm always open to different arguments. If someone's got, I just think it's bad. Everyone does this. This is not a rogue problem. This is every Zerg pro problem right now is expanding towards Terran on this map in general, number one, but especially when you're playing mutas. I think you've got to be prepared to not fight your opponent front on. When you play Mutiling Bane, especially against Clem level Terran, you should already be thinking about the counterattack and having it prepared before he moves out. So the moment he gets halfway across the map, you're already bouncing in, and you should be expanding to both sides. I don't mind this base if you're expanding to this base, and you're kind of expanding along both edges, where if he pushes one side, you can give that edge up. You can fight a bit with Banelings to buy time, but look at how many Banelings he had to roll forward, and whilst he actually gets a few decent hits, because Clem wasn't watching it all, he doesn't get a good enough trade for this to be worth it. And that's a big mistake. You should never be running Zerglings in this situation. It's classic Mutiling Bane versus Biomine Parade theory is 80% of your army counterattacks, and you just keep morphing Banes and rolling them in 10 at a time to keep him stimming and spreading backwards, stimming and spreading backwards. So even if his army's here way bigger than yours, you just basically keep him busy while you're mining on 85 workers, and meanwhile you're ruining his economy, which unfortunately also didn't happen because Clem scrambled these Marines home, and this counterattack was a bit too lazy. Okay, or a bit too late, I should say. Lazy's the wrong word. Either way, great series for Rogue. I think he showed some really good potential, but unfortunately the Muta play, in my opinion, didn't look nearly as decisive as the other openings. I think especially, it's hard to play 3-base macro Muta. It's a tough opening. I do like the idea of trying to do it, but he's got to maybe focus on sneaking the mutas into your opponent's base rather than trying to jump on his Marine pressure, and try to defend with the Queenling Bane instead. I think that's an option as well. So I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but I think that might be something he could have pulled off in this game. Let's just check for that. All right, guys, so here's the first Marine medevac pressure, which was really nicely done. 7 minutes 15, and obviously he gets 3 mutas and just picks up and leaves, which is brilliant. I mean, it's terrible engagement. What if Rogue just flew along the left side of the map? There were turrets, so he knew what was happening, or there was a missile turret because he saw mutas in the previous game, so he guessed that was happening. So he built one turret here, but you still could fly across, potentially fly around that, maybe find some damage. You don't have to hide the mutas, I don't think, really. I think this is a good enough macro setup for Rogue, but I just don't think you need to focus on surrounding that. I think the Queens should have engaged with the Ling Bane, and your mutas should be kind of looping around. So when the Marines kind of stim forward and try to focus the Queens, that's when your Lings go in and your mutas come in from behind and focus the medevacs with the Queens and the mutas. If you snap even one of these medevacs out, it really takes the wind out of Clem's sails. Either way, I think Rogue's looking really, really good. He still looks a little shaky in terms of like keeping up with the multitasking with Clem. But the fact that he even made it so deep in so many games against Clem means that I think his ZVT might be like really top tier right now. We really need to see Rogue against Cure, Rogue against Beyond, to get a proper litmus test of just how good he is in the matchup at this moment. Either way, great series. Hats off to Clem. GG, well played.